What's up guys, Ryan here from Mudgunner, and today it is Viewer Builds episode 37, and this one's a little bit smaller than the previous week, but I didn't mind because it was a lot less editing to do. But yeah, the theme was battle rifles, so basically any heavier hitter. I did not count ARs as part of this. I did get a few AR submissions, like standard AR-15, so unfortunately, in my mind, those don't qualify as battle rifles. Battle rifles is more like heavy hitters like 308s. We did get some bolt guns, so like 7.62 by 54R, we got 8mm Mauser. Yeah, I think all those would classify as a battle rifle, just bolt action. And then modern battle rifles are mainly in 308. I don't think we got any 6.5 Creedmoors, but yeah, that was the theme, battle rifles. I have basically my favorite one here. You guys have seen it a lot on the channel. This is my Scar 17, chambered in 308. And yeah, I love this gun. I have, if I had to guess, I probably have maybe 4,000, maybe 5,000 rounds on it. I don't know. 308 is expensive to shoot, so I feel like that's a lot of rounds for 308. I've been running this gun since like 2016 or 2017. I bought it one of those years, but I also bought a 16 one of those years. So yeah, I've had this gun for a long time. Probably my favorite battle rifle. But yeah, so that was the theme. And if you guys want to participate in next week's theme, the theme is going to be handguns. I feel like me, as mostly a rifle guy, I don't talk about handguns that much to you guys, and I want to, appease everyone. So I want to talk about, or have you guys send in handguns. So I just brought out my two little setups here. So this is a Smith & Wesson Shield. This is my main concealed carry gun. It's probably got like 4,000 or 5,000 rounds on it. It's a Gen 1 shield, Trijicon HD night sights, Apex trigger, and then a Tier 1 concealed holster. That is my main concealed carry, and then I have my battle belt set up here. Normally it has my Shadow Systems MR918 in it, but right now at home I leave my Glock 17 in here. So this is a 17 Gen 4C with a TLR1 and then some Mariglow night sights on here. So yeah, anything handgun wise, if you want to send it with your holster, that's fine. But that is next week's theme. So take a horizontal picture, please, and then send it to my email. It is sales@atroxco.com to be in next week's viewer build video. And then just describe it. I know it's not like tip to butt on a handgun, but just make a list of what you've done to the handgun if you've done anything. But yeah, we should be able to get a lot of handgun submissions in. So if you guys send me your handgun submission, ideally by Thursday, it will for sure be in Friday's video. So yeah, with that being said, let's check out all the viewer builds that we got this week. All right, guys, kicking off this week's viewer build video, we have a couple nice battle rifles here from Austin, and he has a YouTube channel as well. It's called Mid-Tier Thoughts, so go check him out if you don't mind. But going through the list here, the first one is a PTR 91. These are chambered in 308. It's got an AIM HK91 extended M-LOK handguard. It's got a Streamlight HLX 1000 lumen light with a rubber cover from an old red dot and some electrical tape. It's got an Aimpoint Pro, a Sig Juliet 4X magnifier, a surplus sling, a Magpul foregrip, and a Dutch Bros Rad sticker. Nice. And then next up, we have a Polytech M14S. This is inherited from Grandpa. These are M14 or M1A clones in case you guys don't know. I actually have one of these on layaway right now and I'm excited to get it. But going through the list, it's got a faux flash hider because this was imported during the Norinco ban. It's got an AMS machining pick rail, a primary arms 1-6 with the ACSS reticle, a nightstick LGL 160 will upgrade mounting solution in the future. It's got a 1791 gun leather Hunt Series butt cuff, and then a surplus sling, says Sling PTR 91. But yeah, that looks nice. I'm curious how these things shoot. They're not like insanely expensive, but yeah, I just don't know much about them. But it is a Polytech M14S, which is pretty cool. So thank you for sharing those, Austin. I like them both. All right, next up, we have a few nice bolt guns here from Nicholas. And going through what he says, not a gun build here, but my OG German battle rifle family. Bottom is a German Gewehr 88 dated to 1891. The middle is my prized possession German Gewehr 98 dated to 1916. And top is my German Kar 98K dated 1942. All have their bayonets and numbers matching. These rifles define battle rifles in modern bolt actions today, and just thought to share with you. Nice. Yeah, I'm not like an insane history buff on these. I'd like to learn more about like some of the older battles, because I'd say like my specialty is more in like modern guns, but the vintage guns and milsurp guns have always interested me. I collect a few here and there, but I'm not like super knowledgeable on the historic side of it. But yeah, those are all beautiful bolt guns, and as far as I know, those should all be chambered in 8mm Mauser. Yeah, those are beautiful rifles. Thank you for sharing those, Nicholas. This next one here comes from Darion, and it looks like we got an AR-10 build, so I'm going to go through his list here. It's got a BCM compensator Mod O, a ballistic advantage 16-inch 308 barrel, an arrow adjustable gas block, a Wilson Combat 12.6-inch AR-10 handguard, a BCM vertical foregrip, a Dirty Bird receiver set, a Monstrum G3 1-4 LPVO on a UTG AccuSync mount, an Arrow breech charging handle, an Arrow 308 bolt carrier group, a Dirty Bird single stage trigger, a Magpul grip with some goon tape, an Odinworks adjustable AR-10 buffer, and then a B5 SOP mod stock. Says the vertical grip doesn't offer as much stability as I thought it would be for me. What kind of foregrips do you or the audience prefer on AR-10 / heavy recoil guns? Honestly, I would think the BCM would hold up pretty well, but the main ones that I use on mine are the Tango Down vertical grips. I mainly run the QD ones, so the Picatinny attached ones, but I do have an M-Lock one on my Scar 17, and it's held up well, but I would relate the quality to the same as BCM, in my opinion, but maybe other people have other recommendations for you. I also have the Troy metal one. That one works pretty well for me too, but I have it on a 5.56. But yeah, that's a nice build, and I bet it shoots pretty good. So thank you for sharing, Darion. This next one comes from Raphael, and this is a Sig MCX Spear battle rifle, chambered in 7.62 by 51/308. I really want to get one of these. I like the MCX platforms. I have the 300 Blackout and the 5.56, and then I have the MPX 9mm. The 308 MCX Spear is on my list to get. So going through his list here, from tip to butt, it's got the Sig SLH 7.62 titanium QD suppressor. It's got the Magpul FDE M-Lock bipod. It's a 16-inch 1-in-10 twist factory barrel. It's got the Sig Tango 1-10 by 28 LPVO. It's got the Magpul MOE K2 Plus grip, a Magpul MOE PR carbine stock, and then Lancer FDE mags. Nice. Yeah, the nice thing about the MCXs is they're pretty decked out from the factory. You get a nice light trigger. They do have an ambi charging handle. I like the Radians a little bit more on my MCXs, but it looks like that one's got the dual latch charging handle, and then that's also a side charger, which is pretty cool. You can't see it from this picture. That thing is sweet. Thank you for sharing that one, Raphael. This next one comes from Colin, and we got another nice AR-10 build here, so I'm going to go through the list. It's got a Caverns Armory 308 lower, upper, and handguard. It's got a Fab Defense GL, I don't know if you meant to say stock, but it says GL shock, so I'm not 100% sure on that, but it looks like a Fab Defense stock. It's got the Fab Defense AG43, Fab Defense VTS grips, and then a Fab Defense bipod. So the AG43 might be the pistol grip, and then the other one might be the handguard grip. It's got a Trash Panda tactical dust cover, a Devil Dog Concept side charger, a Superlative Arms adjustable gas block. It's got Battle Arms Development takedown pins, a Phase 5 bad lever, a PWS ratcheting castle nut and end plate, a Trigger Tech safety, Trigger Tech 3.5 pound fixed competitive trigger, a Patriot Ordnance Factory roller cam pin, JP Enterprises FAMOS BCG or FMOS. It's got the JP Enterprises silent capture buffer, an enhanced buffer tube, and then the JP Enterprises 18-inch stainless super match barrel with the match bolt. It's also got a Surefire War Comp, and then a Sig Sauer 5-30 BDX. Nice, and then it looks like we got a rattle can job on there as well. But yeah, that thing looks nice, and I bet it shoots good too. So thank you for sharing that one, Colin. This next one comes from Steven, and when I first pulled this up, I'm like, ooh, we got an M110 here because it looks like a Knight's Armament, but it's actually a build, but it still looks really good. So going through the list here, it's a 20-inch stainless barrel. It's a 1-in-10 twist. It's got a Harris bipod, a Daniel Defense quad rail with the Knight's Armament rail panels. It's got an Armalite AR-10A4 lower, an SR-25 mag, an A2 pistol grip, an Air Attack scope mount, a Trijicon Credo HX 4-16 by 50, an A2 stock, a single stage trigger, and then a mil-spec bolt carrier group and charging handle. Nice. You didn't mention who the upper is. I assume that's also Armalite, right? Because their lower looks proprietary to the upper. And I know Armalite did some really nice factory like submissions for like the, I don't know if it was like the CSAS trials or other 308 trials, but yeah, they make a good 308 from what I've seen, and then I'd like to get one of their old like Super SAS rifles. But yeah, this thing looks good, and if you were going for like the Knights clone build at home, I mean, to me it fits that description. So yeah, thank you for sharing that one, Steven. I like it. These next two come from Griffin, and the first one we have is an Enfield. It's an SMLE #1 Mark III. This one was built in 1917 in England and re-arsenaled multiple times, and it was sporterized before he got it. So going through the list, it's got a sporterized front sight post. It's got a 24-inch 303 British barrel, a sporterized stock, a standard rear leaf sight without the wings. It's got a 10-round detachable magazine, but it doesn't like more than 5 rounds for some reason. Standard stripper clip port, a standard wood buttstock with the brass butt plate, and then it's over 100 years old, re-arsenaled multiple times for different wars, still runs very smoothly and stacks holes. Included is one side of the receiver covered with stamps. There are even more stamps on the other side. Yeah, that's a crazy amount of stamps on there, and I can't even understand all the stamps that come in on these milsurp guns sometimes, but yeah, I bet that rifle's seen some things. And then next up is a Mosen Nagant built in 1936 at Izmash. It's got a 17-inch spike bayonet, a 30-inch 7.62x54R barrel, standard stock, standard sling. To my knowledge, 1936 was the last year they did rounded receivers and switched to the classic-looking hex receiver the following year. Yeah, that's a nice-looking Mosen. And thank you for sharing both of those, Griffin. They look great. Alright guys, finishing it off, we have a nice HK MR762A1 here from Zach. And this one comes with a story, and I think it's okay to read it based off how he worded it here. So I'm going to just go through what he said. Hello, my name is Zach, and this is my MR762, soon to be Cerakoted to be a replica M110A1. I sent it in Friday for the transformation and probably won't have it back for a while. Yeah, that'll be sick as an M110 clone, or M110A1 clone if you guys aren't familiar with that. It's different than the Knights M110. So here's the story that goes with this. My ex bought me this rifle for my birthday last year while Palmetto had them for 25% off MSRP. Even after we broke up, she is a wonderful person who I would do anything for, but sometimes in life people grow apart. I got a nice goodbye gift though. So this is a lesson to everyone. Always be nice to your ex-girlfriends. You never know what blessings they are hiding up their sleeves. It totally caught me off guard. I showed her the deal they had in April and she knew it was a dream gun of mine, and after everything we went through, there it was, wrapped up in crappy wrapping paper, ready for me to open. I dropped a single tear when I saw it. I immediately knew what it was and was in disbelief. It was hard to accept, but what can you do? She had it for a few months and I didn't have the money at the time to pay for it. I was getting kicked out of the house, so I gladly accepted it. Even though she got me the rifle, I provided all the attachments. And I agree, you should definitely count your blessings with people, even if you're not, together anymore. I have ex-girlfriends that, we never ended on bad notes, so yeah, that's an amazing gift. Even if it's a parting gift, I think that's an amazing gift. I think I would be in the same boat as you because that'd be hard to say no to, especially if they've had it for months. So I don't fault you there, and I doubt any of these guys will. And hopefully people are polite in the comments. But yeah, so from tip to butt, it's got the Surefire 7.62 muzzle brake with the Surefire 7.62 mini suppressor. It's got a Harris bipod with some BCM M-LOK rail covers and a Magpul hand stop. It works well with the bipod while I'm giving my hand a spot to hold the rifle. It's got Knights Armament flip-up front and rear iron sights. It's got a Night Force NX8 and an American Defense Recon QD mount. And the rest of the parts are stock HK. The grip came with it. It's a rubber Magpul K2 with the provided HK trigger, charging handle, and stock. I'm ordering the tan G28 buttstock assembly, and it will be a while before it gets here, but once it does, it will complete the new look after the Cerakote. I can't bring myself to buy the Geisley trigger. I already spent enough on the stock because the current stock is pretty terrible with the sling loops and the way it pulls your beard hairs, but I would never commit a sin as serious as chopping off the plastic sling loops. It looks awesome, but man, they get in the way. I don't understand why they thought that was a good idea, but people love it, I guess. Believe it or not, I shot a 3/4 inch group with AAC 150 grain FMJ. This thing is a tack driver and probably the most accurate rifle I own. I'll be sure to send in the finished product after everything is added. Nice. Yeah, these are sweet. I just recently got one a few months ago, and mine does have the Geisley trigger. The person that sold it to us bought it for it, and I do think it's a really nice trigger. Do you have to replace the factory trigger? No, because it is a nice two-stage trigger. I did buy their V2 grip though, because honestly, I wanted an HK pistol grip with my HK rifle. My MR556 has one, so I was like, yeah, I have to do that. The stock, I don't have beard hair, so I don't have to worry about that, but I could see that being an issue, and the G28 stock is going to look good on there. But yeah, thank you for sharing that one, Zach. I guess I'm sorry about the circumstances that you got it in, but you know, I do think it's awesome that she did that for you. But I think we can all agree that, you know, that's a great gift from anyone. So yeah, thank you for sharing, and thank you to everyone else that shared this week. These were a lot of cool battle rifles. Thank you again to everyone that submitted. I know we didn't get as much, but I still feel like those were some pretty cool rifles to check out. And I want to remind you guys, next week's theme is going to be anything pistol related. So any handgun. We're not talking AR pistols, guys, not this time. So just normal handguns, you know, concealed carry handguns. But yeah, send the picture to my email. It is sales@atroxco.com. Please do a horizontal picture. I still get vertical pictures every single week, but YouTube is horizontal. So yeah, horizontal picture to my email, and then I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you, guys.